Hello and good morning to my fellow subscribers, to many teachers and my friends. My name is Ravivarma A Murugan, and today I'm very happy and excited to share my science project with all of you. My project is about the water cycle, but I did not just draw it, but I made it into interactive scratch animation with coding. I also added a fun maze game with a penguin at the end to make learning more fun and interesting. So please watch until the end because you will see how my project helps students understand science better. Okay, first let me explain what is water cycle. Water cycle is a natural process that happens again and again on Earth. It means water moves from ground to the sky and comes back again. Without this cycle, we cannot get fresh water. The water cycle has four main stages. That is, first stage is evaporation. This is when the sun heats up the water in the sea or rivers and turns into vapor. The water vapor goes up into the sky, and the second stage is condensation. The vapor cools down in the sky and changes into tiny water drops. These drops come together to form clouds. So the third stage is a precipitation. When the clouds gets too heavy, the water falls down as a rain. Sometimes it can be snow or hail, but here in Malaysia, we mostly see rain. The first stage is collection. The rainwater flows into river, lakes, and the sea, and then the sun hits the water again, so the cycle repeats forever. So why this important? Because water cycle gives fresh water for us to drink, for plants to grow, for animals to live, and for cleaning our surroundings. If the water cycle is broken, we can get problems like drought, flood. So this topic is very important for everyone to understand. Now let's see about curriculum alignment, DSKP and TP. My project also follows our school syllabus. It is based on the DSKP KSSR Year 2 Unit 9 Science, that is IA, that is water. The content standard says we must know about water. The learning standard says we must arrange water cycle in the correct order and explain it using ICT, writing or speaking. In school, we also have a TP, that is tahap penguasaan. It also show how well we understand the topic. TP1 means students can identify water. TP2 means they can tell some fact. TP3 means they can arrange the stages correctly. TP4 means they can explain with real examples. TP5 means they can use IT tools like Scratch to explain the topic. TP6 means they can create something new and creative. My Scratch project helps other students reach all these TP levels step by step from knowing to creating. I also attached the DSKP of Year 2 Unit 9. Now let's go see about my project objective. My project has four main goals, but I only added three. The first goal is to explain water cycle stages clearly, so standard 2 students can understand easily. The second goal is to use crash coding to make digital animation, not just a static picture or drawing. The third goal is to apply computational thinking skills when I plan and make the animation. The last goal is extra maze game with the penguin so students can understand in fun way and do not get bored in class. Now let's see about my Scratch project overview. The background for I use for the context is this. You can see the first diagram and the spirit I use in this context layout is the sun, cloud, water drop, and air. Uh, So these spirits are pictures that can move and do actions. Each spirit has its own job and own coding. So, like water drops shows the precipitation, and the arrow shows the evaporation. So, let's see about the coding for each spirit. This is the coding for each spirit. First of all, sun. First, we see the sun. When the green flag is clicked, the sun will be go to the x20 and y20 and glide 10 seconds to the x180 and y150 and broadcast sun rays. For arrow 2, that is upwards, it we use the when I receive sun rays, the broadcast evaporation, that is go to 180 and 123 and repeated, so they will be moved repeatedly, and arrow 1 also same like the arrow 2. So these moves and do actions. Now we see coding for each spirit, that is cloud, water drop, and cloud 3 that contains condensation. Cloud 1 that shows in this diagram is drawn by myself in the scratch, and I also coding differently for each and doing their job respectively. The last cloud tree, that shows the condensations. So when the green flag, the will animation starts. So sun will be raised, means it will be see like the sun will be rise. So the water over the animations all be doing at the time, so you can see the water cycle easily. For this is for the collection, precipitation, evaporation stages names that I use for codings, and the title also I use the coding for also differently. Okay, now we going to the main scheme. The main scheme I created is the penguin five watt. The background is the, you can see the diagram first, that is the maze map, and spirit I used in this game is the penguin and glass water. So when the context is, after you see the context, the next button will appear in 10 seconds. So when you click the next button, then it's directly go to the dismiss key. So this is the coding for HP for maze game, that is penguin glass water. So penguin is click, first of all they will hide, and after they backdrops of 2, that is arctic, it shows the penguin will appear. And for the movement of penguin, I use upward key arrow key in keyboard to move forward, downwards is for backwards, right arrow is for right side, left key is for left side. For glass water is be static, and so that is this is the code for each event. That is the next button that will appear in the context after 10 seconds. So when you click this next button, it will be go to the backdrops of the Arctic. That's it. And the end will be shows when the penguin reaches the glass water and we click the space button. So easy to play the game without any disturbance. Okay, now we're going to see about the computational thinking skills that I used. I use three main skills. That is, first is decomposition. This means breaking a big problem into small parts. So, big problem into small parts. Second is the pattern recognition. This means seeing things that can repeat. And last is algorithmic thinking. This means making step-by-step instruction to solve the problem. So we see one by one detailing. Okay, first of all, decomposition. Decomposition definition is breaking a big problem into smaller parts. So water cycle is a complex part. So I broke the water cycle into four parts, that is evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and collision. So it is easy to me for coding each differently, and s- also help students to understand differently. For maze game, I broke it into start and path and goal. Next is pattern recognition. Pattern recognition is finding things then repeat. So my project, I saw the water cycle always repeat the same steps again and again. So for that, I use for arrow 2, arrow 1 and water drop. So they will be repeatedly shows. So as for example, the water drop repeatedly shows. So it like may seen in like rain. Next is algorithmic thinking. Algorithmic thinking is the making a step-by-step instruction to solve a problem. So my project, I use Scratch coding blocks to give a clear instruction for each spirit to do its job in order. For example, the sun, when the green flag is climbed, go to the x20, y20, right 10 seconds to x 180, y 150 in broadcast sandals. For it's also same like the penguin too. So my Scraps project is very easy to use. So the student just click the green flag and watches the changes at time. And after that 10 seconds, the next button will be appear. So when they click, that goes to the next backdrop, that is the maze game. So they can play with movement in keyboards and get the reach the goals. And that is my Scratch project to make it fun and learn something new. So now let's see my final product of my Scratch project. Okay, this is the platform that I used to design my Scratch. For right hand side, I write my all instruction for this my Scratch project. So easy to teachers and students how to enjoy this Scratch, and also I write notes and credits for this Scratch project. So let's see. So first of all, when click the green flag, the sun will be rise and the title will be appear after sun reaches and it shows the all water cycle stages. You can see the arrows upwards and the water drops repeatedly. And after 10 seconds, the next button will be appear. When click, it go to the next backdrop, that is maze. So when click the penguin, it goes to the start position, and you can play with the arrow keys in keyboard to reach the goal, that is glass water. So when the penguin is face the black lines, so they can move. So you must to move correctly to reach the goal. So after reach the goal, the penguin will say win water win, and after that we must to click space. So the game is the end. That is my Scratch project that I created. Okay, now we see how this project helps students. So my project does not show the water cycle like a normal drawing in a textbook. It really helps students in many different ways. First, it makes science more fun. Usually, when we learn science, we just need to read a book or teacher explain on a whiteboard. But sometimes students feel sleepy or forget fast. When they see animation, sounds, they can watch how water moves step by step. How water moves, they can see the vapor going up, clouds forming, rain falling, rivers flowing back to the sea. This moving picture helps their brain remember steps easily. Next, it helps students learn with actions, not just reading. When they use my project, they do not just sit and listen. They click the green flag, they watch what happens, then they place the maze game. So they use their hands, eyes, brains as sustain them. This is called active learning. It helps them understand faster and keep them interested. The maze game is also very special. Why? Because it's testers. If they really understand how water must follow the highway, if they do not think clearly, the penguin will eat the wall and the stop. So they must find the correct path. This helps them build problem solving skills. They must ask themselves, is this way correct or wrong? This trains their brain to think step by step. It's not just a science, it's a life skills too. And my project also builds digital skills. When my students see the code blocks in Scratch, they can learn how to make simple code by themselves in future. Maybe they will try to change something. For example, change the penguin to another animal like panda bear or make a new mess. This builds their confidence with the ICT and coding. Even they are still young. No? Let me talk about these helps teachers. This crash project is like the ready-made teaching tools. A teacher can copy their class and share it in Google Classroom or WhatsApp, and teachers can explain it to students very easily without not do not have to draw the water cycle on the board every time. So they can save time and use the time to discuss the topic more deeply with students. My project also matches the DSKP and TP. The teachers know they need to help students reach TP1, TP2, and TP6. When they use my Scratch, students see the water cycle clearly, that is TP3. They explain it TP4. They use ICT TP5, and they even play and create TP6. So teacher can check students understand easily. If there are students with different levels, maybe some students learn fast and some learn slow, this project helps both. Fast learners can try the game or try changing the scratch code by themselves. Slow learners can watch the animation many times until they remember the state and understand it. Teachers can also use my project as a homework. They can ask students to open the project at home and show it to their parents, explain the changes in their own words. This builds their speaking skills and confidence too. In short, this project is good for students and good for teachers. It makes science more fun and saves teaching time, supports learning styles, and connects ICT with science easily. That is why I'm proud to make this project. Okay, now we see about the problem solving real life connection. Why is the water cycle important? Yeah, water cycle is more important because um, because water cycle is more important because because it gives us a clean water. If it's broken, we get problems like floods and droughts. That is why we must protect our rivers, rainwater sources. My project reminds students to care of the and environment. Next is digital ethics and skill. I made my own spirit or used free scratch library spirits. I created my own spirits with drawing like clouds, water drops. So easy to creative other than the in the scratch libraries. So I did not copy other people's pay or protected images. I also credited if I use any free sounds. I also use Scratch in my safe and responsible way. I follow digital right rules and respect artists' work. So in conclusion, I learned a lot of from this project. I learned science, coding, computational thinking, and how to solve problems step by step. I learned how to make a topic interesting and clear for students. I hope my project helps my students learn and enjoy science too. Thank you for listening my channel and please like and subscribe to my channel for to learn more about the science topics. And I hope you enjoy it. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me now in my comment box and I'm ready to answer. Thank you.